This is what your spirit guides want you to know right now. May we meet, my dear soul. Welcome to your tarot reading for today. So, I am seeing that your spirit guides want you to know that the ground that you are standing on at this moment is not exactly the most reliable or the most stable. So, I see that the situation you are currently in doesn't have the foundation that it requires for it to improve. So I am sensing a need for stability in this situation. So I feel like the way to find this stability is by letting go of control. Okay, now I know that sounds a little counterintuitive because stability, you'd think that it would require something like authority or management or something like that. But I am seeing that you may be too authoritative right now. You may have too tight of a grip over the situation. It's like it can only go your way or the highway. And your spirit guides want you to reassess the situation and try to look at it and be more open to different possibilities, different outcomes, different approaches. Okay, so I feel like the reason for this instability is really the need for control. So it's like the more you try to control the situation, or the more you feel the need to control the situation, the more you put out to the universe that you feel in control. You feel like you are not in control of the situation. You put out to the universe this energy of not having your situation under control, which is why you need to control it. And so your spirit guides want you to really focus on this specific card, the King of Pentacles. Really focus on this energy of stability. Your spirit guides want you to work on that, okay? Because I feel like your energy right now is pretty blocked. And I see that this blocked energy is caused by fear. Okay, so I'm seeing that you need to find your way out of the situation, and this is something that you are more than capable of doing. You have what it takes to find your way out. And though you might feel like you can't take a step, though you might feel stuck, though you might feel blocked, you actually can take this step to freedom. Okay, so I'm kind of seeing right now that there is this energy of disempowerment. Your spirit guides are showing me that you may feel disempowered at this moment. And I see that this is because you've had to stick through a lot of the struggles that life has thrown your way. And I see that you may still be carrying some level or some form of baggage from the past. So I am kind of sensing emotional baggage that may be blocking you right now, that may be causing or triggering this fear. So your spirit guides also want you to know that you don't have to have your defenses up. You don't have to defend or fight or protect. Okay, your spirit guides want you to know that you are safe. You are safe. What happened in the past, the things that have happened in the past, these are things that will not repeat themselves. And your spirit guides want you to know this. Your spirit guides want you to know that the past will not repeat itself in the exact same way. Okay, if there is still a karmic lesson you need to learn, you will learn it, but it will play out in a completely different way. So don't be too afraid of, moving forward. As I've mentioned, you have what it takes to find your way out. You are capable of this. You are more than capable of this. And again, you can take that step. You can take that step to freedom. You can take that step to empowerment. And even though you've had some struggles, even though you have some triggers, you are almost there. Okay? So I'm seeing that the universe had to intervene. Okay, your spirit guides are confirming this message that there was definitely some divine intervention at work here. And this divine intervention was put in your life as a snap back to reality, a snap back to realize that how you were acting in the past just no longer was for you anymore. It wasn't you. It wasn't who you were. It wasn't aligned with who you were. And so there's no need to control the situation of the past. Again, going back to that King of Pentacles, there's no need to control. Okay, and your spirit guides want you to expect the unexpected. So always expect the unexpected here. I feel like you are up for a very transformative period in your life. And I don't see this as a bad thing, although the Tower may be a little scary. I don't feel like this is something to be too worried about. So when I say expect the unexpected, I do see that there are some good things that can come out of this. And even though you have the moon, which does represent fear and insecurity, I do feel like this is a call to break through your illusions. So again, you may be expecting more heartbreak, or you may be expecting, the past to repeat itself. But I am seeing that, you need to break through these illusions of fear. You need to break through these illusions of insecurity. And I feel like this is going to help you balance yourself out. Your spirit guides want you to find balance. You may be thinking a lot. You may be overthinking the situation, or, I do see that you're not exactly in a balanced state, which brings me back all the way to the King of Pentacles, this need for stability. I feel like, yes, your spirit guides see this need for balance. You may be feeling quite indifferent right now, but I see that this indifference is what is causing this instability, this state of you being not balanced. So I see that, your spirit guides are calling onto you to be a student again. Put your pride and your ego down and accept that there is still a lot to learn. This is about you learning again, instead of, again, taking control over the situation. What your spirit guides are trying to say by this is, try to keep an open mind about certain things, especially when it comes to your situation, because there are yet to be new ideas, new approaches that you will come up with, or that you will end up doing, if that makes sense. So I'm seeing that all of this is guidance leading you to finding your own victory and finally feeling confident in yourself again, finally feeling that stable ground that we are looking for in this reading. So I see that, this is about you. This is about your conscious will and determination to take things forward, to move things forward, to finally stand on solid ground, feel confident, feel stable, and feel empowered by your conscious will. So now let's take a look at what you have not been hearing from your spirit guides. So I feel like they have been trying to connect with you or try to communicate with you. And maybe you've been getting these messages and have just been choosing to ignore it, or maybe you just haven't gotten these messages at all, like it just didn't click. So let's take a look at that. I see that you are currently going through an ascension. Okay, your spirit team is trying to communicate this with you. They're trying to let you know that this is part of your spiritual journey. And you know, as uncomfortable as it might be, your spirit team wants you to know that you must go through this process of continual renewal. Okay? Continuous renewal, rather. You must go through this process because you are an ever-evolving being. And to keep evolving, you have to keep renewing yourself. And I feel like, you know, the reason why this is coming out is maybe you already feel like you're done, or maybe you already feel just tired and like you don't want to continue anymore, or something like that. Your spirit team wants to remind you that you must go through this process of continuous renewal. And you will be renewed again, and you will go through a new cycle. Your spirit team and your spirit guides, of course, being a part of your spirit team, they want you to enjoy every moment that you can. I see that this part or this time that you're in is, you know, you're discovering parts of yourself that you don't yet understand. But the reason for these obstacles, these challenges, these struggles, adversities are on your path are to teach you lessons about these parts of yourself that you don't yet understand. So, you know, I'm really hearing a lot about the unexplored self here. And I feel like this is something your spirit guides really want you to focus on, the unexplored self, okay? But I do feel like you have this sense of mistrust. I am seeing that, you know, you might feel like you're fooling yourself, okay? But your spirit team want you. They want you to leave your doubts, your fears, your illusions behind. Your spirit guides are saying leave them all behind and follow your intuition. And you'll know your intuition versus your illusions because your intuition will just feel right. You won't even have to question it. Your spirit guides also want you to find what fulfills you. And I feel like this says a lot because maybe you have been gravitating toward things that don't fulfill you, or gravitating toward things that really feel like a hard settle, like you're settling for these things because what else? Or who else? So your spirit team is saying, find what fulfills you. I am seeing some inner conflict here. I feel like your spirit guides want you to have the courage to really face your thoughts and comb through them so you can untangle them. And to do that, you have to be clear and intentional with what it is that you want. So through your perseverance and your will, you will learn how to control your situation without being too controlling. So, in a way, this is also teaching you control, but in a healthy way. And your spirit guides are saying that having this control, having this discipline is really going to help boost you up. So be clear and be intentional with what you want. Okay, be clear, especially. Now, your spirit guides want you to know that good things take time. Good things take time, but they also take hard work. So again, don't be sitting and just waiting around, okay? You also have to do your part. And to do your part, you must focus on, again, finding that stability. But just know that this isn't something that's going to improve overnight or, change in a matter of minutes. These things will slowly unfold for you. Good things will take some time. But with that being said, you don't have to keep looking back. Focus on the present. You might be feeling a little weak right now. You might be feeling vulnerable, but just know that you don't know your own strength until it is tested. And I see that this is the test. And at the end of this test, you are going to know how strong you truly are. And that is going to empower you. That is going to help you. Your spirit guides also want you to know that you don't have to carry all the weight. Okay, you don't have to carry all the weight. And the more that you choose to carry the weight, the harder it is going to be for you to see the future. The harder it is going to be for you to see what's happening moving forward, because you have all of these burdens and problems piling up that it's blocking your view. And for some reason, this card, the Ten of Wands, is reminding me of the story of two monks and a woman. So the story goes like, there are two monks and they both vowed to never touch a woman. But then they see a woman who is struggling to cross the river or something like that. I could be butchering this. So, the first monk, a senior, the second monk, a junior. The junior monk sees the senior monk pick the woman up. And so the junior monk follows. And hours go by, they're walking, and the junior monk breaks the silence and is already frustrated because they both vowed as monks to never touch a woman. And so the junior monk complains to the senior monk and says, I can't take this anymore. Didn't we vow to never touch a woman? Why are we doing this? And then the senior monk says, you're still carrying the woman? I dropped her off as soon as we crossed the river. So this is, the reason why I'm getting reminded of this story right now is because your spirit team is reminding you not to dwell too much on the past in a way that interferes with you living in the present moment. So again, this is a call for you to be focused on the present moment. So let's take a look at your current mindset, and then let's take a look at theirs. So with you, I do feel like your current mindset is a bit more pessimistic. I feel like you feel like everything is over. So I'm kind of seeing, defeat. That's probably where your mind is at right now. Defeat. You feel defeated, apathetic, not interested, maybe even numb. Okay, I feel like your thoughts right now, they're disorganized, and I feel like you have this need for answers, and you're waiting for this opportunity or from this gift from the universe. But I'm also seeing that your mindset is also planning for the future, having to prepare for potential outcomes, dealing with potential delays. So I'm definitely seeing that your current mindset right now is very scattered. There's a lot of thinking going on. There's a lot of thinking, there's a lot of questioning, and there's just a lot of complex emotions. Taking a look at their current mindset, though, I do feel like they have this need for freedom and independence. They just want to feel good. I feel like they are being a little bit hedonistic right now. I am sensing some hedonistic traits. They could also be very frivolous in the way that they act as well. So I do feel like they need to regroup and go back and reflect on the situation. For you, I do feel like, you might be dwelling on the past too much, but I feel like for your twin, they do not want to deal with the past at all. They don't want to remember anything, which is why they're kind of in this hedonistic train. But, I feel like they are also aware, though, that they need to be balanced to feel better. But I do feel like they're still figuring out what's going to balance them out. So I do feel like they kind of have the temptation to go back to old ways. I feel this sense of nostalgia. So maybe they're feeling nostalgic about their childhood. Maybe they want to stay in their comfort zone. But as of now, I see that their mindset is not really going to change in the near future. I feel like right now they just want to focus on themselves. They want to focus on resting. So I feel like this is what's going on in their mind at this very moment. So this is what I am seeing for you, Divine Soul. Thank you so much for joining me in today's reading. If you would like to join me in the extended reading, where we will look at what you need to know going forward, I will leave the link below. Blessed be.